Figure of speech number 8 is called understatement, also known as hyperbole. Understatement is a figure of speech that consists of saying less than one means, or of saying what one means with less force than the occasion warrants. For instance, Artemus Ward, an ancestor of Mr. Giroux, once said, "A man who holds his hand for half an hour in a lighted fire will experience, quote, a sensation of excessive and disagreeable warmth." One could respond with the expression, duh, and actually, if one can make that response when reading something, you probably have found an example of hyperbole or understatement. In a more serious vein, we take a look at a poem called Incident by the African-American poet Countee Cullen. Once riding in an old Baltimore, heart-filled, head-filled with glee, I saw a Baltimorean keep looking straight at me. Now I was 8 and very small, and he was no whit bigger, and so I smiled, and he poked out his tongue and called me nigger. I saw the whole of Baltimore from May until December. Of all the things that happened there, that's all that I remember. The emotional intensity of such an experience for such a young boy is highlighted by the hyperbole that he uses at the very last sentence. That's all that I remember. Of course, he probably remembers lots and lots of other things since he was in Baltimore for 7 months. But this particular event was so significant to him that he uses the hyperbole to emphasize it. Here are some of those duh moments from Scripture. The first is Matthew 4:2. After fasting 40 days and nights, he was hungry. Yes, I would suspect that he was hungry. They stood still, their faces downcast. One of them, named Cleopas, asked him, "Are you the only one visiting Jerusalem who does not know that things that have happened there in these days?" Jesus answers them, "What things?" That comes from Luke 24:17b to 19a, when Jesus was walking along the road to Emmaus. And of course, he knew what things because he was the center of those things. Understatement usually has an ironic effect and sometimes may be used for comic purposes. It reveals nuances of speaker attitude and feeling.